Tell me, though, what's his technique? That last strike, it seems invincible.
Hello and welcome to Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist podcast. My name is Connor McKenna.
I'm Rebecca Hart.
And Carl Stone.
And today we are looking at Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers 13, which is the Iron Fist 1 million BC issue.
Yeah.
So this is the supposed story of the first Iron Fist or whatever.
The origin of the Iron Fist.
Yeah. Again. So we have where are the credits here? Okay, don't give us credits then. So Jason Aaron is the writer, I'm assuming.
Wait. They're right in the front cover. Andrea Sorrentino art and Justin Ponsel colour.
Okay, cool. And the cover has Iron Fist
Iron 1 million BC, yeah.
Yeah, just jumping down from a cliff, and the title is The Woman Who Punched a Dragon, Iron Fist 1 million BC. So I think it's a cool cover. It looks like it's done by the guy, I can't remember his name.
Jeff DeCal.
Okay, it's not done by him then.
No, it's not. But you mean the one who did the Ed Brisson covers?
Yeah, it looks like that style.
Jeff DeCal. No, I completely agree.
Steve Epting.
Who's also an amazing artist. Yeah.
Epting did the cover. Yeah. And apparently there's two variant covers, but I haven't seen either of them. One done by Mike McCone and Jesus Bertov, and the other one done by Patch Zurcher and Jason Keith.
Yeah, nice.
But I do not know what those look like. I have not seen them. They're not even on eBay.
Wait a second. They are on. They're on Forbidden Planet. I'll send you the pictures. I'll send you pictures. Yeah, they'll be in the show. The Zurcher one is a Guardians of the Galaxy variant, so it's got Guardians of the Galaxy on, and the McCone is a Conan variant, so it has Conan on the front. So also.
Oh, is Conan with Iron Fist?
No, he is with some. It looks a bit like Ultron, but probably isn't Ultron. So big metal. I don't know Conan at all, so now I'm going to look terrible.
Yeah.
But it looks like, it says Conan versus, so it may be Conan versus Ultron. It looks like Ultron to me. And yeah, the Zurcher one is literally just the Guardians of the Galaxy team. So that's probably why you didn't notice them anyway, Carl, because they're not Iron Fist. But I'll just save the images and send them over for the show notes.
I would totally read a 1 million BC Iron Fist Conan story.
Oh, totally.
Well, the Conan's going to be in the new Avengers run. Not this run.
Yeah.
The weekly
is he like
one.
A staple member?
No. It's the, they did the Avengers No Surrender. It was that like 16-week weekly Avengers. It was actually a lot of fun. So they're doing another one starting soon called No Road Home, No Way Home, something. I'm not getting it because weekly comics are way too above my expenditure at the moment. But apparently they obviously travel back and they interact with Conan. But I don't know if Iron Fist is going to appear yet because who knows?
I would love Iron Fist and Conan to cross over. That'd be great.
Even if it's not this one.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I will take any Iron Fist, except Pirate Queen Lady, who I think's a lame Iron Fist. I know, she's really popular. I get it. Okay, she's cool because she has a bow and arrow, but I don't like her story, and I don't think she's a very good Iron Fist. There, I said it. It's just her story doesn't have anything to do with like the Iron Fist. It's just about.
Send your hate mail too.
Yeah.
All addressed to Connor because I disagree.
Yeah, no, everyone disagrees with me. I'm the only person on the planet who thinks this, so, yeah. I'm not exaggerating either. Like, the only person I know with this opinion is me, so. But, yes, on to this Iron Fist. So, I'm gonna say now, this is written by Jason Aaron, and I'm also reading his Conan right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't read a lot of Jason Aaron because I generally don't like his writing. Just generally seems very meh to me. Will this issue be an exception? I guess you'll find out. But during the time period this is set in and the style of it, this feels very Conan-esque.
Is Jason Aaron the guy who like pooed all over Ghost Rider's origin with making him like not who we thought he was and a good angel gone bad and all kinds of crazy stuff and turned him blue?
I think so, but to be fair, Ghost Rider's origins are always like really weird. You know, like past the point of the original Johnny Blaze run, everything just starts getting retconned like crazy. So,
comics. I mean, like, unfortunately, I think you're right. There's been a lot of retconning.
Yeah, for Ghost Riders especially, and it's pretty annoying, honestly. Yeah, so this is obviously the writing in this issue is very, due to the period and stuff, it's very reminiscent of Conan, and I feel like I want this artist on Conan as well because it would be much better than the artist we have, and it would suit Conan more. Which is why I was saying an Iron Fist Conan crossover would be awesome because it would really work given this issue.
It'd certainly be interesting, and now it's possible, I guess. So.
Yeah, but anyway, we start 1 million years ago. I will say by far my favorite thing about this issue is the artwork.
I love Sorrentino art.
Every page here is awesome. So we start off with a really nice full page of the Kunlun on the peak, and then the bridge. Yes, the bridge, the wolf-eating bridge. And you know, it's just giving us background. It's narration by the titular Fan Fei. You're gonna assume it's Fan.
Yeah.
And she's just talking about how she was born in Kunlun. You know, mystic, martial arts, blah blah blah. We all know what Kunlun is. You know, she was as a child she learned to leap above the trees and make her knuckles hard as stone. So this was before that. This was before women were outlawed from doing martial arts, but probably not that long before. Yeah, so place of ancient wisdom, harsh, terrible rules. So it's pretty much the same place. She is in the midst of being tried by the Thunderer, which don't know if this is Lei Kung or not. They never say if it's him.
No, they don't say. So I'm guessing that's probably kind of good because it means they're trying to not get into as many like problems with what's already gone before. Do you know what I mean? They're just keeping things vague that don't need to be said.
This judgment that he's doing though seems more like a thing the UT would do.
Yeah, I don't think it's Lei Kung. I don't think it's that old. I know.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So yeah, Lei Kung is like on a chair and he's passing judgment, which is weird. I guess maybe the Thunderer was the UT back then. I don't know. But essentially, she's on trial for teaching kung fu to cavemen so they can defend themselves from like Neanderthals and big tigers and stuff like that. And so as punishment, they grab some of the cavemen she taught and feed them to Xiao Lao.
Every dragon's got to eat.
Yeah. I don't think Xiao Lao's at fault here. He's got to have some food. So.
Yeah.
So she is upset, and she reminisces about how one of them, you know, was a shy fellow who brought me flowers before every lesson. And she sees they're like trying to use kung fu on the dragon, which doesn't really work. And so she breaks out of her chains. She beats up the guards. We get some of the lightning serpent kick, Mother Tiger Knuckles of Rage. the kung fu moves, and she jumps down and looks at Xiao Lao.
Yep, eye to eye.
And yes, and then she somehow punches through his skull, which I didn't like. I mean, it's an awesome looking page, and it looks awesome, but it just makes no sense. And
well, neither does her breaking out of chains, frankly.
I can buy that
Well,
more than...
I think it's showing
like,
there's something a little bit special there.
I don't know if it's that, or if, because in Jason Aaron's Conan run, he's making a habit of really exaggerating everything. And this is what it reminds me of. It's just exaggeration. Like, if I would find it interesting if the ancient Kunlunians were superhuman, but it doesn't. We don't get anything to really imply that, and it wouldn't make any sense because Kunlun they don't let outsiders in, so it's not like they could dilute their breeding or anything, you know.
I mean, I just maybe.
I mean, it sounds nitpicky, and it probably is, but this is an Iron Fist podcast, and I'm a big Iron Fist fan, and I like my things to have, I like my things to all make sense and stuff, and none of the Iron Fists have done this, like, punch through a dragon's skull as, like, a normal human being. Like, this is not what a normal human being can do, I guess, is what I'm saying. And is there isn't going to be more issues of this, is there? It's just going to be, like...
Unknown.
It's just going to be her with the rest of the team.
Okay. So, this is a cool page. It's a really cool page, but it bugs the absolute crap out of me. So, What do you guys think? It's where Thistlebush just, like, goes.
See, I just said what I think. Like.
Okay, well, Carl, what do you think?
I think it's awesome and you're a jerk.
Oh my god.
I do see why you have an issue with it. I file it into the it's comics. I was honestly more surprised when she broke through the chains. Like, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Because she's not a big person. And the fact that she managed to beat up guards as well, because, like, they're Kunlun guards. Presumably, they're pretty good martial artists and decent guards. So I think that got my surprise, and it triggered there's something a bit special. And I take what you said. There's no reason for her to be in any way superhuman. I also don't know if when I first read the page, I really saw it as her bashing his skull in or just managing to draw blood. I don't know. I didn't think about it as much as you, I think.
She doesn't bash it in. She blows it out the back of his mouth.
Yeah, she's like a bullet. She just goes through him.
She jumps into his mouth hole and out the back of his head.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really think of her doing that. I don't know what I thought of that panel. I guess I just didn't look at it as carefully.
If she had the Iron Fist, she could do that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's her. And she gets the Iron Fist from this. I guess, because in Jason Aaron's Conan... Okay, keep in mind, the Conan I've read is all in the books and stuff.
I know,
which
but
I know that...
it doesn't really compare to Conan. Like, it doesn't...
Well, it's the same writer.
Yeah, but, I mean, I can go back to his Thor run. It's just like... I don't know, I just think we should take it for what it is.
I don't know, it's just the thing I've noticed Jason Aaron to do is, like, he exaggerates and, like, hyper stylizes everything. Kind of like the prequel in Star Wars.
I don't want to talk Star Wars.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
Alright. Sorry, that's my stupid phone. So she gets...
We've awoken the Yeti.
It's the wolf sound from American Werewolf in London.
Oh, no.
But, so Xiaolao's not, they don't know he's undying at this point, so she gets straight up exiled for killing their dragon, who's, they're probably their sacred,
they say the
animal.
sacred dragon defender of Kunlun.
All right,
Yeah, so...
here's my issue with this issue. You got in trouble for training Earthlings how to fight. Now we're going to banish you to Earth, where you could pretty much just start training everybody to fight.
That's true, but who does this remind you of? Do you remember the Chinese when Kung Fu was like starting to become a thing, and they were really like not happy about martial arts being taught to Americans?
They didn't
I don't know, that's what this reminded me of. Of course, when they saw how big Bruce Lee was as publicity and stuff, the Chinese government is like, "Hey, no, yeah, this is awesome." So, but anyway, I'm not bagging Chinese people. I'm bagging what the Chinese government was doing back then, and all like the real traditionalist, stuffy, I mean, that still exists in martial arts. People are really crazy. I won't even get into the whole who invented karate thing. But yes, so she gets exiled.
Garden knows.
Her and her foul iron fists.
Yes, this is the first time we see where the marking is on her, I believe.
Yeah, it's on the back of her hand.
Which is kind of cool. And yeah, I like that they have the mark. They think it's a mark of shame and a curse.
Yeah, and obviously it ends up being
not.
So she sees some wolves, she skins them, and makes a coat out of them. She's wandering through the snow again. Conan, lots of blood, the knee of nightmares. She's fighting gorillas, but they're like super gorillas.
Yeah,
so she's essentially
BC. We've got dinosaurs, or not dinosaurs,
yeah.
But yeah.
And she's being like, the wandering martial arts. She's wandering around helping people, but she's not training them.
She's caned from Kung Fu, just with better hair.
Yeah.
Wow. And then we get to... she's sitting in a fire, and a snake forms out of the fire. And, a fiery snake coming out of a fire is obviously a symbol of goodness. And you should believe whatever it says. This is actually our friend Mephisto.
Which she does say straight away. I still know a devil when I see one.
Oh yeah. No, I wasn't paying her out. And she, drunken mongoose knife hands his head off, and then two more of him come out of the fire. And he's essentially trying to tempt her. You should conquer them, rule them. Because she obviously could if she wanted to. Well, I guess there's other caveman Avengers around.
You're going to completely skip that she drops the rocks line right there.
Drop.
After the drunken mongoose knife hand where she takes off his head, he's about to say, "I am called Muff," and she goes, "It doesn't matter what your name is."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then he comes back and says it because he's, that kind of guy.
Doesn't matter. She still dropped the rocks line.
And then she's fighting gorillas again, and Mephisto's still.
She kills all the versions of Mephisto, and then she says, "I never kept the fire again." So he didn't come back, because I guess he needs fire to show up for some reason.
Yeah, so now what he's done is he has empowered... Well, actually, no, he hasn't done that yet. She fights the Gorilla King. The Ape King, I should say, the Gorilla Alpha. And he has a diamond club, which is cool. And, she's thinking there's some days I wished I never punched that super dragon, but this is not one of them. And she... iron fists through the diamond and grievously wounds him, it looks like, possibly fatally.
It looks pretty bad, yeah.
And Mephisto is, he's being sly, because like the whole forest is on fire, so he's slithering around there.
She's getting the early men out of there.
Yeah. And so he goes to...
There's also something interesting I think I've just noticed is we see early man quite a few different times here.
Mm-hmm.
Like in caves and hiding behind rocks while she's defending them. I don't think we ever see another female. It's always men.
Yeah, possibly not.
I'm trying to scan ahead here. See if they show up again. Oh, interesting.
I don't think it has any real significance, though.
It may just be because they don't want to deal with nudity too much. Who knows?
All the artists just wanted to draw like very similar looking people over and over again.
Yeah.
So he goes to the Ape King, who says wise words such as Gorgilla no Gunga, and he shows him a stone.
Dun dun dun.
It's an Infinity Stone, so he gives the
power.
Shows the Ape King the power one. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next time they throw down, they have a bigger fight. The Ape King's like made half of crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And they start fighting. There's like a Power Stone punch.
He punches the ground like Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, look, no power on Earth can stop my fists. And then she realizes, oh, well.
As he punches her into the ground with his crystal fist. And she notices that the stone adhered to the center of his hand is the heart of his power. I've been breaking rocks with my knuckles since I was 8. I was the Iron Fist, the girl who punched the dragon, and there was no such thing as a rock my fist could not shatter. So we have the classic fist against fist close-up shot, and thoom, or so I thought. But this was not Kunlun. In this war was no age of heroes. It was a time of foolish girls and ferocious super gorillas.
So
as he's beating the crap out of her, her teeth are flying out of her head in separate little panels.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
This is so the Ape King wins this fight. I'm assuming he doesn't kill her though, because next time we see her arms in a sling. So, yeah, and then
the Thunderer is at the gate of Kunlun asking if she's ready to come home.
Yeah, she's back at Kunlun. And the Thunderer is, the dragon lives, reborn as Shao-Lao the Undying. Your treachery has revealed its true nature. So he's saying, you can come back now. The Dragon Kings have declared that your exile is at an end. And he's like, your exploits from afar, you're young and foolish and without direction, but your power is most impressive. So they just, they want her power, essentially. They're saying, if she comes back, she'll become the Golden City's greatest defender. Such is the will and mercy of Shao-Lao. And she snubs him, obviously.
Literally, she just goes, no. And he's like, what did you say?
So
she's
already got home.
There is really no reason for her to go back unless she wants comfier living. But, she's like, I have something worth fighting for right here, and that fight has just begun. I had no idea how right I was, and no idea how grand and glorious and devastating that fight would be, or that I would not be fighting it alone. Gods help me, I had no idea how many would have to fall beneath my blood-drenched fists before it could be finished, but ever really finished at all. And there's a picture of the other 1 million BC Avengers there, and Odin leading at the front. So, yeah, I'm assuming this will continue in the next, the team up will be in the next issues of the...
Well, they're interspersing it with the modern stuff that's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll probably have other origin issues, and then we'll just have flashbacks a lot, like they've been doing.
That's pretty lame. I was hoping this would get its own, series.
No.
No, because I think a lot of it's built is like they're dealing with some of it in the modern stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to have it interspersed, but then they've given them all these little origin issues, which is kind of nice.
So obviously she's not technically the first Iron Fist, as it were. They sort of bypassed that being a retcon. Well, no, she's not the first Iron Fist champion of Kunlun. Like the first Iron Fist.
She's not the first champion of Kunlun.
The first Iron Fist is still technically that guy that popped up in Immortal, and I don't think she ever calls herself Iron Fist in this anyway. Like,
No,
she's never
and
called Iron Fist.
She refers to it as. She does say something with a new name when she leaves.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously the Iron Fist of 1 million BC, but for, canonical purposes, it has not been retconned, I guess.
Right, when she's about to power fist punch the purple fist of the ape, she says, "I was the Iron Fist," but this could be, a remembering story.
But she's definitely not the first champion of Kunlun Iron Fist. So they could have also erased her from history.
Yeah.
So again, like things like the Book of the Iron Fist, she wouldn't appear in because if Kunlun are, we know how Kunlun are ashamed of women and also ashamed of things they're wrong about.
This is probably where the women aren't allowed to fight thing started. Yep. I'm guessing they don't really say it, but I think it's pretty obvious that what kicks that off. So yeah, I mean, that's the issue. I probably didn't sound very enthusiastic while reading it because I'm really tired, hungry, and I'm also not super enthusiastic about it. And yes, smelly. So what did you guys think?
I liked it. I mean, to be honest, I'm enjoying the modern day Avengers stuff, so it's a little bit weird to suddenly go back to this. But it's a nice standalone issue. I don't think it messed with anything. I think it's a interesting story told well, and the art's gorgeous.
Carl?
Yes. Exactly what Rebecca just said. She nailed it in a nutshell. Let's just put it that way. But my favorite part is you have kind of a retcon that doesn't currently screw up anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want an understanding of Iron Fist continuity, you don't need to read this.
No.
But if you do read it, then it doesn't screw up anything. It just adds to it. So, well, unless you're like me and you get really annoyed at the dragon part. But
you get annoyed at bits and runs of Iron Fist, so.
Yeah, but this is more than usual. But anyway, I've already talked about that. So, yeah, I liked it mostly for the artwork. I don't know. I just with Jason Aaron, I always have a problem. It always feels like there's something missing from his books, and I got the same thing here. I don't know.
I'd just like to say his Thor run is instant classic, and everyone.
I've heard his Thor run is good, even from people who don't like him. I've heard his Thor run is good, but I haven't. Because
I'd just like to say though that my word counts too.
Wow, you are exiled from this podcast.
It is very good though, but I'm glad even people who don't like Jason Aaron like it. It is very good.
Sorry, is that rain? Sorry, I need to check if that was rain because otherwise I have to close my windows. Yeah, I don't know. It was cool. What it really did though is it just makes me want an Iron Fist ongoing.
You're not gonna get it.
I'm feeling that hole where I don't get to read new Iron Fist, and it sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I said a lot of my thoughts at the start of the issue. This is a lot like his Conan that's happening right now. It would be cool to get a Conan Iron Fist crossover. Yeah, I just don't have much to add. The Iron Fist herself, she's okay. she's not my least favorite, but I didn't find her particularly compelling. It was a very stylish issue. I don't know, but I thought the super gorillas were cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see more. So there is that. As to if we'll cover more, I mean, if it's just flashbacks and like the modern day Avengers issues, maybe not. But if we get like full issues set in this period with this Avengers team, I'd probably like to cover it.
We've had some. I mean, there's been some before where it's been a lot in the past, but so they might do it again. It depends if they've got a story tie-in they want.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it really. I guess Karl and Rebecca loved it. I have mixed feelings. Yeah. So yeah.
I just found out yesterday that there's apparently another Daughters of the Dragon miniseries going on right now. I had not heard boo about it, and it's already on issue 3.
We talked about it, didn't we? I said
one?
I said I hated it.
No, I don't think we talked about it.
It's one of the Comixology first ones. Well, I read the first. Yeah, it may have been an issue that you weren't here for. I didn't like the first one, but I read somebody yesterday saying it's really great series, so maybe it got better. I might check it out once it's in trade, I thought the writing wasn't to my taste for Misty and Colleen.
Yeah, I want Daniel to get another miniseries. Phantom Limb was good.
Well, he only just had one.
Didn't that run at the same time as the Daughters of the Dragon one, though?
I think the Daughters of the Dragon one started towards the end of the Iron Fist one. But the Jessica Jones one's on its second volume, so who knows?
Yeah.
Well, and there's a good chance he'll turn up in one of the Marvel Comics Presents. Only when they get to the 70s or 80s.
Alright, well, I'll just quickly check for Iron Fist news, but I'm pretty sure there is none. There's no emails either, obviously. Screw you, the cheat sheet. We'll get Iron Fist news, and it's just people still hating on the Netflix show, even though it's already cancelled. Stop. Anyway, yes. So, well, next time we'll be back to Power Man and Iron Fist. Crazy antics. Probably more serious than the previous outing, which was goofy as hell. But, yeah. So, I don't know, does anyone else have anything else to say?
Nothing that I can think of. There's not been a lot of news, really.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's been a short podcast, but there's just not that much to talk about, so...
Not a lot of words in that issue.
Well, there is a lot of words.
No, there isn't.
There is, but they're just describing what's happening, so they don't really need to... Like, look at that double-page spread. There's so many words there. But, yes. Anyway, until next time, may your... Power Infinity Stones smash those Iron Fists. Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Iron Fist and all other characters in these comics are properties of Marvel and Disney. Any music or images we use belong to their respective copyright holders. We do this for fun, so please don't sue us. You can contact us at sonsofthedragonpodcast@gmail.com. Just send us mail, comments, thoughts, anything you want, really. It doesn't even have to be related to Iron Fist. If you don't want it read on the air, though, make sure you mention that. You can also find us on Facebook, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast, Sons of the Dragon. Our Twitter, at Iron Fist Podcast. Our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Sons of the Dragon, hyphens where the spaces are. Our YouTube, Connor Carl. Just search Iron Fist Podcast and you'll find us real quick. We are also on iTunes. If you find us there, give us a review and rate us. If it's less than 5 stars, please say why so we can improve the show. And we're on Podcast Garden in the literature section, and last but not least, head over to our WordPress, Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast.wordpress.com. That's where I put all the show notes. I'd like to thank Thomas Tissot for composing the Iron Fist theme song we use at the start of our Iron Fist episodes on the podcast. I'd also like to thank Peter John Sikorsky for composing the Power Man and Iron Fist theme we use at the start of our Power Man and Iron Fist episodes. And finally, thanks to you guys for listening.